Hey everyone, this is Kimberly Lincoln from Gaia Provides. I do marketing and operations, and today I'm interviewing Julie. She's the founder behind LendABone, which is a amazing rescue here in Tucson. So let's get started. Julie, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, how you got into starting LendABone?
So I'm actually not that old. I'm 24. I came here when I was 18. I'm originally from Los Angeles, California.
Okay.
And originally for school, I was in a surgical tech program and I was working in surgery. But when I was in my clinicals, I started to get more involved in the social networking of rescues and dogs. And that's when I realized there was Panal Animal Care and Control in Casa Grande, only like 45 minutes from me. And they had euthanasia lists going out every single week where dogs were being euthanized, literally because they didn't have any more room and nobody was helping them. And I was getting upset because I would see all these other rescues and I would be trying to reach out to them. But like now that I'm in their position, I totally get where they're coming from. But when I was in that moment, I didn't know much. And I was just trying my best to find any rescue to help save these dogs. And I couldn't. And everybody was just like at capacity. So then that's when I talked to my partner and I told him, like, we have to help these dogs. Like, there's nobody helping them. We have the means to help even just a little. So why not? And so that's kind of what got me going. And it was when I saw this dog named Hulk at Maricopa. He was on E-List and I tried to save him and I had found a foster and I was ready to go and pick him up. And when I called them, they told me he was dead and that they chose to euthanize him. So since then, I've literally just been like on it and like I just do everything I can to save the ones that I can and don't let it be too late again, like it was for him, sadly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you are young. I was surprised. I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." I mean, you're taking it into your own hands. I came by your location. I love your logo. So tell us about, you have your skeleton logo, the LendABone. Where did that all come from?
I'm super into like Day of the Dead and skulls and all that. And like I'm Mexican culture. So
Yeah.
like I'm obsessed with all that. And that kind of inspired it because I like the Day of the Dead is all about celebrating life even after death. And so that's why I kind of like that idea. And then lending a bone, it's like lending a hand. So I kind of
Yeah.
little
It's cute. If you haven't checked out her logo, it will be in here, but it is adorable and your location is great. So you have a physical location downtown and near downtown Tucson, and you actually keep the dogs there, correct?
Yes, our facility is a half rescue store and then half rescue. So in the rescue, we have the dogs play area; they can run around. There's a couple of kennels that are separated to keep some of the dogs away from each other, and then in the other room is their kennels where they get to stay. Not too much. We like to bring them out a lot because
Yeah.
these guys are energetic and they get a lot out of us bringing them out. And that side is right now is closed off due to the COVID, but we're working on opening it back up. We're going to get those crazier guys out of there and put more adoptable pups so people can come in and actually meet the dogs during the store hours. And their store has a bunch of dog products where you buy and all the profits go straight back into our rescue. So it's really cool.
Yeah, no, that's great. So when you intake animals, do you try to pull from like rescues that are full at capacity, like kind of how you started, or how does your process work?
Right now, we currently pull strictly from euthanasia list is what we like to stick to. We don't really stay with one shelter. We try to branch out, but usually rural shelters that aren't help mainly like because PAC here has a lot of networking and has a lot of people helping them, but you have Panal and then you have Santa Cruz Animal Shelter, both like 30 minutes up and down, and they both like help so bad.
They just lack resources and stuff.
Uh,
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Um, so with your intake, like I've noticed, it seems like it's more bully breeds. Do you get that as well?
Yeah, for the most part, we just do pit bulls because that's all you really see on euthanasia lists, sadly.
Yeah.
usually the ones with behavioral issues, or simply just because they're pit bulls, they're on euthanasia.
Yep. No, that happens all the time. We rescued our pit bull from Humane Society. So definitely they have such a bad rap and they're such good dogs.
Oh yeah, I love them.
Oh
They're
yeah.
actually
Oh yeah.
like
Me
my
too.
chihuahuas give me more problems.
Yeah, oh, exactly. I know they're louder, they're snappier, so I get it, but they're all worth it. So
Yeah.
what's your favorite rescue story that you have to date?
It'd probably have to be Basil. Basil was one of our first rescues. He was set to be euthanized because he was not. Oh, no, it got cut off. There we go.
Okay.
So Basil was set to be euthanized because he had a health condition that was deteriorating him, and they couldn't figure out what was going on with him. So the shelter had to euthanize because they don't have a vet on staff to even that. And so then they reached out to us, and we decided to take Basil and took him straight to the emergency vet. And they did everything they could to figure out what was going on with him, and they couldn't, and they kept insisting that we euthanize. But his foster kept begging us and would tell us like she sees life in him, like she doesn't. It's time. She thinks he wants to live. He wants to be here. And so she told us, like, please, like, if you guys are willing to keep fighting for him. And so we did. We decided to go with the second option and take him to another vet. And then they decided that there was something else going on. So they decided to look more into it. And then again, we were told to euthanize Basil. And we couldn't because he would get better, and then it was this condition where his lungs would fill with water, and they couldn't figure out why, and and so they kept happening even after they would drain him, and it was a couple $4,000 surgeries we had to do, and then finally at one point we told them that we just wanted more tests. We wanted that really figure out what was going on with Basil, because we felt like they weren't really trying because they thought he was just like dead, and so we told them, fine, if you won't do anything, we're going to leave and we're going to take him somewhere else. So then they decided, okay, we're going to do some more tests, and finally they found that his stomach was twisted in itself, and he had a bunch of several other conditions such as a liver condition. And now we have him on this regimen where he's basically like he's good now. He's healthy. He lives a normal life. It's been like a year now that he hasn't had any issues. He's thriving. His foster just contacted me saying he's doing so great. And we're so happy because, he wouldn't have been here. Like, we know somebody else would have taken him. They would have given up. But we knew he still had it in him. And he definitely did, because now he's thriving and he's living the life.
I'm happy to hear about Basil. That's a cute name too. Yeah. So you use some of our treats. So at Gaia Provides, we have some CBD treats. Well, we're going to call them pet chews now. So can you tell us about your experience with them and how the dogs react to them?
Yeah. Your pet chews are one of our favorites amongst our rescues. Literally, they see them come out, they're already trying to grab the bag, trying to grab my hand. They love them. We haven't had much success with CBD in the past. We've tried other treats, and we've noticed they didn't do anything, and dogs weren't reacting much to it, or they honestly wouldn't like eating them. So we would have to sneak it in their food. And even then, sometimes they would find it and take it out.
Yep, I know about that.
Whole different story. It's literally like good food. Like, they want it. If they could have a meal of it, they would. And that's what I love. And you see the results. Like, you actually see the dogs changing. Like, we had Bear. He had a torn ACL, and that's been helping a ton. As long as we give him the treats, he's fine. He's like,
his mobility.
He
and the like, pain.
Whatever.
Little spring chicken. He's like, whatever. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's because, we third-party test a lot of products out there because there isn't a mandate for testing. They don't do testing to verify concentrations, potency and stuff like that. And it's just like, I call it the twilight zone out there. So, that's the important thing. And then of course the ingredients, right? Beef liver, like they're all natural. So the Dogadoos, they love them. And I'm
Well,
glad y'all are seeing results. That's awesome.
oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's why you're collaborating with us on our campaign coming up, Pet Choose for a Cause on Indiegogo. So we're raising money for LendABone. And can you tell us, like, what are some things you want the backers to consider when they, donate to you? What do you need money for?
Right now we could really use money for vet bills. A lot of the dogs we take in tend to have bigger issues than just the average dog. Like Snooki, she has masses that we just recently removed, and she's going to need another surgery for other masses. And she also has a really bad teeth that they want to get out, like one that's really bothering her. Mm-hmm. And then we have the homeless that we help out a lot. We're located right by Pima West Campus, and it's a lot of the homeless community here with dogs, and they tend to come to us for water and dog shoes and food. Mm-hmm. So we always try to provide that. So that money helps us provide those things for the homeless and low-income community members, as well as neighbors, like people who want to keep their dog but don't have the money to pay for a certain medical bill. Yeah. We help in those cases as well. We just want to do everything we can to keep the dogs happy and in the best home for them.
Yeah, definitely. So what would you say you spend on average a month, let's say, on vet bills for your rescues? I would imagine it's a lot.
Yeah, because it can range depending. If we have procedures, it'll go up to like 20,000 a month. Wow. And then, but if it's like just average, just a regular vet meetings and stuff, then it's just like 10,000 or a little under that. But usually our partners help us, but it can get difficult. Our partners are busy, and then we're to go to the ones who charge us full amounts because we don't want to.
So you have vets that work with you at like a discounted rate and stuff like that. Oh, that's nice. I like that. So how long has LendABone been established? It's fairly new, right?
Yeah, we've been around since like January 2019. So like 2 years. Yeah. We started off really small. We didn't have a facility, and we just started with just fosters. Okay. And we were doing that for a while, and then we kind of grew into the facility because we realized we wanted to take in more dogs that fosters could actually take in. Because some of these dogs actually need like rehab. Where just go to a home right away. They need to be worked with first with us, and then we can decide what is the best home for them to succeed.
Okay. So let's say, 5-10 years down the road, what is your plan? Like, what's your vision for, your rescue?
I honestly want to grow to the point where we have a land where we can put all these aggressive dogs and have like these sheds that are basically mini tiny homes for dogs with ACs in them, and they each have their own yard, especially for dogs who aren't good with other dogs. It would be like a little setup for them until we can get them rehabilitated and into new homes. And I plan to just partner with as many shelters as I can. We're hoping to next partner with Maricopa because their ELIS is getting out of control, and then hopefully grow into the Phoenix area and hopefully open a facility there.
Yeah, it's huge up there. I mean, I know with COVID, right? Like a lot of people got dogs, and then a lot of people have just returned them. And I'm sure you're experiencing that as well, right?
Yes, big time. Like when COVID hit, it was actually a good thing. It felt like rescue was speeding up. People were adopting. People wanted dogs. And then COVID died down, and now it's like everybody's just bringing dogs back, or they just don't want them. They realize the dogs are way too much than they hoped they were expected. And it sucks because now all our rescues are becoming very old now.
Yeah. No, a dog is for life, people. You can't just return them once you get them. So who's your dogadoo behind you over there?
That's Bo. He was an eater also. He was one of our first. Yeah, he's in rehab.
Fair enough. So do you have fosters only here in Tucson then for now?
Right now, yes. We have in Casa Grande, but they recently adopted. So they're now adopted.
Foster fails. You got to love them. I'm sure I would be one. I've been trying to get my boyfriend to foster because, like I said, we put down my pit bull and we have Elvis who we adopted, and he's super friendly. I'm like, I want to foster, but we're like in the process of moving. But once we do, like, I
Oh
would
yeah,
love it. Like, definitely. So,
Boston
okay.
are amazing.
Yeah, no, definitely. They're the best. So you need money for vet bills, just for intake, behavior, surgeries. What are some other ways that people can help you?
Donating things like blankets, we always go through those nonstop. Bowls, homeless people always need the bowls. And then things such as like dog food, even open bags like that your dog didn't like, we'll take it.
Okay.
The homeless people aren't picky. They take whatever they can get. And it's
Yeah.
always better what we're giving them than what they can find.
Yeah. And I would imagine the shoes is a big thing, especially here with the heat and stuff. I mean, yeah, when I'm driving and I see people walking their dogs and it's like 108, I'm like, oh, the poor
I
feet.
know.
Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely. And we have some paw butter balm that you can use. So
Oh,
that helps. Yeah. So, okay. Well, that's all the questions I have for you. Our campaign is going to be launching at the end of July. So look forward to working with you, raising money. And I hope, we can help you in your steps to making your dreams come true. Definitely appreciate all you do for the dogadoos here in the community. And I'm sure I can speak for every animal lover and, rescuer alike.
Seriously, thank you so much. That truly means a lot to us.
Thanks, Julie. Yeah, no, keep doing what you're doing. Good things will come and we appreciate it very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, bye.